Hi, everyone, and welcome to Planet Grape Wine Review. We're here today with olive oil expert Sandy Sonnenfeld, and we're going to talk about a really special type of olive oil from a really great producer. So let's just get started on that. And Sandy has a long background. She was the prepared food director at Market Hall. For Sandy, how long were you there? For about
almost 25 years.
Yeah.
Almost.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you must have seen a lot of olive oils coming and going in your time there.
Oh, yeah. One of the privileges of working there was the fact that, we had so much oil coming through there, and our contact with people from California and from all over the world was totally wonderful. As a taster, it was heaven for me.
People say that I'm the lucky one tasting wine all day, but you're pretty lucky too, tasting olive oil and other things all day. So we're kicking off Olio Nuovo month with Seka Hills, and here with Sandy, of course, and COOC panel, the California Olive Oil Council, also the extra virgin olive oil panel. Sandy and I actually judged together at the Los Angeles International Olive Oil Competition. Actually, I was next door judging wine, and we would ride the bus together to the dinners, which were always fun. And then we were just talking about the Market Hall. So anything else that you wanted to add to your background, Sandy?
Well, I think in short and pertinent to this is, olive oil is one of the passions of my life. And I'm still very involved with the taste panel. And what's wonderful to see is that as time goes on, quality increases. And California can be very proud these days of the olive oil that's being produced here.
And I read that you're originally from South Africa.
I am indeed, yes.
Exotic. Well, Sandy, sorry.
Go on.
Well, I was going to ask you, what is Olio Nuovo?
Well, Olio Nuovo, simply put, is the first olive oil that comes out of the mill at the olive oil season. So it's very precious and short-lived, actually. And in Italy, this is a big tradition. They really celebrate when this first oil is produced, and they have various foods that they traditionally pair it with.
What's an example?
Well, one of my favorites is something called fatunta, which is merely, do you know what that is, Catherine?
I have heard of it.
Yeah, well, what it is bread that is toasted to perfection and then absolutely soaked in the Olio Nuovo and with a little bit of salt on it. That's in its simplest, most delicious form. Of course, you can put some greens on that, but for me, that's the way I love it, just with the olive oil and salt.
Sounds
it's
delicious.
An amazing experience.
Yum. So Sandy, as an olive oil expert, judge, and tasting panelist, can you take us through? We've got Nancy Ash's the 4 S's here.
Yeah. So when we taste olive oil in a professional setting, and when we're judging olive oil for certification, we put a little bit of oil in this blue cup, which is a hand-blown blue glass that comes from Spain. And we put olive oil in it. We hold it in our palm of our hands to bring it to body temperature, swirl it, which releases the volatiles that are in the olive oil, which give you the aroma. We sniff, which is your first hint of what sort of olive oil you have in your glass. We take a sip and then we slurp. And I'm going to slurp now. Very much like you taste wine.
Yes.
And what you're doing there is you are pushing the oil all around your mouth, you emulsifying it with your saliva, and you getting all the taste sensations. Then you swallow. When you swallow, at the back of your throat is you get your first hint of the pungency of the oil.
And is pungency good, or is that a negative or a positive? Or
oh no, it's a positive as long as it is in balance with the other aspects of the oil. It is a function of the polyphenols which are in the oil, which are those wonderful antioxidants that give the healthful properties to oil, and also attribute to the longevity of the oil.
Yes, I think everybody has heard already that olive oil is incredibly healthy for you. In fact, I was on a cruise once as the wine guest lecturer, and one of my neighbors down the hall, you know, this was a luxury cruise and you could get anything delivered to your room at any time. And she would order a bottle of olive oil a day, not to put on her salad or bread, but to put on her skin. Everywhere.
Yeah.
She was bathing in this oil because apparently it's good for your skin as well. I mean, just good for everything.
Yeah. It's a magic substance.
So let's talk about the product that we're looking at today, the Seka, and this is from the Yocha Dehe Winton Nation. I'm sure I did not say that correctly. And in native Patwin language, Seka means blue, so it's referring to the blue hills that overlook the beautiful oak forests and the rolling hills and grasslands of the Capay Valley, which is just kind of halfway between Sacramento and Calistoga, north of the Bay Area. And the tribe, maybe Roberta, our background expert, can say it correctly for us this time. Yocha
Dehe Winton Nation.
Thank you. Is named for its ancestral village, meaning home by the spring water. So spring water being a pure source for agriculture. So today's featured olive oil is the Seka Hills, and it is an Olio Nuovo. So it's not the regular label. It's a little bit different looking. So you want to make sure that it specifically says Olio Nuovo on it. And Planet Grape Wine Review, we review coffees and spirits and beers and lots of wines and olive oils as well. And we gave this 91 points. You know, personally, I found it to be really delicate and really silky in texture. And with wine, texture is really important. And so I kind of talk about texture with anything that we review. And I found it had a nice kind of dried floral note to it and really kind of light herbal notes, not really grassy, pungent, strong. Sandy, what did you think?
Okay, when I tasted it, in the nose, I got hints of artichoke, almond, and in the mouth, it was nutty, some herbaceousness, with a mild bitterness, but with a very pronounced peppery finish. And there again, we're talking about the pungency, the physical sensation that you get at the back of your throat. And the indication, one of the indications of those very healthful polyphenols. So, and I think you're right. This isn't a very robust oil. It has nice balance. And of course, it would be absolutely delicious on fritunta. It would be fabulous just on grilled vegetables. And what we say about Olio Nuovos is use it quickly, use it liberally, enjoy it in any way possibly can.
Would you use this as a base for cooking, like in the bottom of the pan if you were sauteing vegetables or meat?
You can, but I wouldn't choose to do that with this oil. I mean, I'd use this. This is special oil. And not that you can't cook with special oil, but to get the best flavor, the best experience of the oil, really use it as a finishing oil on a soup. What I did last night is I had some sweet potatoes that were fast becoming a science experiment. So I roasted them, and then I poured the oil all over them with a bit of salt and pepper, and it was totally delicious. You had the sweet earthiness of the sweet potatoes, and then the slight bitterness and pepperiness of the oil, and it was absolutely delicious.
It sounds like it. Wow. So you can find, the Seka Hills Estate Olio Nuovo is not a huge production item, so it's not going to be at your local grocery store, but it will be in small gourmet stores, hopefully one near you. You can also order it directly from the producer at their website, sekahills.com, as well as at markethallfoods.com. So you can order it there, and if you order it soon, you may receive it in time for the holidays. So thank you so much, Sandy, for sharing your expertise with us. Thank you, Roberta, for being there in the background as our expert consultant. And please like our video, make your comments, ask questions, subscribe, all that great stuff. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Catherine.
Thank you,
Bye.
Catherine.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.